When I first encountered this painting by Henry Taylor, I heard the blues. I still do. That haunting genre of music, which James Baldwin described as being about a series of disasters. It was an aesthetic Baldwin aspired to in his own writing. As if in some winking, chromatic acknowledgement of this association, Taylor turns half of his canvas into a brilliant sky executed in 2 shades of blue. My sonic response to this painting deepens when I consider the figures at the center. To me, these 3 besuited individuals read as blues musicians. They seem to personify cool. Each also performs acts of concealment or evasion. The foremost figure largely eclipses the other 2. He looks out, but his eyes elude us behind sunglasses. The second figure is nearly invisible and turns his head to the rearmost man, partially obscuring him. And then there is the matter of the text. Hovering above this trio is the phrase from which the painting derives its title, or perhaps vice versa. Ain't no mo' cotton. This cannot help but evoke the cotton economy and legacies of slavery, the sky with its 3 cottony clouds, these words, the barren terrain. The painting presses me further, prompting me to think about the boll weevil, an invasive species that historically wreaked havoc on the crop, and through to the picking of cotton as prison labor. There are many blues songs about cotton, of course. One, entitled Plowhand Blues, was recorded by Big Bill Broonzy in 1940. Broonzy was a songwriter and guitarist whose life circumstances and musical sensibility narrate the rural to urban experience of the Great Migration. Declaring an end to sharecropping, Broonzy's refrain goes, "I ain't gonna raise no more cotton, I declare. I ain't gonna try to raise no more corn."
I ain't gonna raise no more cotton. I declare I ain't gonna try to raise no more corn. I ain't gonna raise no more cotton, baby. I ain't gonna try to raise no more corn.
Recently, I asked Taylor about the use of language in his paintings, and he indicated that it's about the ways people sound. In other words, it functions as voice rather than text. For me, it is undeniably song here. At the same time, I cannot resist making connections with works of visual art, including Cabin in the Cotton, a 1930s painting by Horace Pippin, the first in a series on this subject. The Pennsylvania-based Pippin likely took cues from photographic or other cultural representations of the South. There was even a 1932 film of the same name starring Bette Davis. Closer to home, I think about Taylor's work in relationship to Cotton, an extraordinary piece from 1964 by Romer Bearden in the Lunder collection here at Colby. This gelatin silver print is one of Bearden's projections, photostatic enlargements of his collages. The rhythmic play of patterns, the bluntness of the fragmentation, the disjunctions of scale and form, all of Bearden's techniques become sharper in gray tones. The effect is a broken, energetic visual field, evocative of stereoscopic photographs of cotton fields dating to 1880. Returning to Henry Taylor's painting, I consider these 3 men who are not at work in this non-specific location. When I asked the artist about the painting, he described it somewhat enigmatically as a church painting. More to think about. These are just several of the many directions that Henry Taylor's painting points me in. Where does it take you?